Hi guys, so today I'll be showing you step by step on how to cut this simple bubu for a beginner. And the first thing you do is I'll be cutting with 4 yards. So you fold your 4 yards in a vertical line. So 4 yards will give you 64 by your length. 4 yards. So here you have your front and then you have your back. So remember, this tutorial is for a beginner who doesn't know how to cut bubu, and it's going to be very detailed and simple. So first of all, you mark a line. This line allows you to get the accuracy. So mark 3 inches and then come here and mark 3.5 for your shoulder slant. Once you've marked your shoulder slant, you cut out your shoulder slant, and then you measure, and then you find out that your fabric will be 23 inches including the hem. Then you cut off that edge where the name of that fabric is showing. So from that shoulder slant, you mark 12 inches for your sleeve, and that 12 inches that you mark include your shoulder allowance and then your sewing allowance. And what I meant by your shoulder allowance and your sewing allowance is by the time you join your shoulder by holding like ½ inch and then holding 1 inch when you're joining the body, you find out that that sleeve will reduce to 10.5, and that is what we want to achieve at the end of the day. So here at the base, this is the down part of this bubu, you mark 14 inches, and this 14 inches is preferable. If you want the down base to be wider, you can make it more than 14, but because this bubu will have a slit, I want the down part to be slimmer. So I mark 14 inches for the point of this lesson. I marked 14 inches. From that 12 that you mark as your sleeve, you target a straight line to correlate with that 14 at the base, and that is what I'll be doing. As a first timer, you realize that doing this will be a little tricky because while you're doing it, you find out that your line is not as straight. It might give you a little issue. But first try to connect from this 12 of your sleeve to that 14. It won't give you a very straight line. It's going to look a little bit curved, but still mark it. Why is that? The upper part of this bubu is going to have this fullness. That's why you're trying to cut it this way, to be able to achieve the upper fullness. So here I will mark where I want my slit to begin, and I mark 45 inches starting from the shoulder. So here, so I cut the lines, and you could see the first attempt. Then looking at this line, you find out that it's not straight. So this is where you will now trim to have something quite straight and very smooth. Now when I cut off that budge, if you were trying to get it when you were doing it the first time, you might miss it. So you make the first attempt after you cut it off, and then you now trim the budge that you see. So here I will notch all the lines to help me join, notch the pockets, notch my lines. So for here I want to cut the neckline, so I'll cut 3.5 by 2 inches. You could see what I'm doing. 3.5, 2 inches vertically, 3.5 horizontally, and this is the front. I'll cut 7 to 8 inches, and because we're doing a v-neck, and then I cut. And this is by your preference. If you want it to be bigger and wider, you can now, depending on how you want yours. But for this tutorial, I used 8 inches for the v-neck and 2 inches for the back, and the width of 3.5. I also notch. This notching is very important. It helps to guide your sewing. And yes, this is how to cut this simple bubu. So by the time you want to sew, you start from that 12 inches, run it down by 1 inches all the way down, join the shoulder, and this is very simple. On my next video, I will show you how to join the ashoke on the neckline of this bubu, because that's another place that is tricky. Alright, let me know in the comment section if this video was helpful. Do like, share and subscribe to my channel, and watch out for the part 2 on how to join the ashoke on the neckline of this bubu one. Bye.